Welcome to The Explainer. You know, from the halls of Hogwarts to the monster-hunted lands of The Witcher, it's pretty obvious our culture is obsessed with magic. But why? Today, we're going to get to the bottom of it by unpacking some really fascinating academic theory that explains this deep, deep craving we have for other worlds.
Let's just start with a feeling I think a lot of us have had. It's that quiet sense that something important, some kind of spark or wonder, is just missing from our very rational, very predictable day-to-day lives, right?
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll put a name to that whole world without magic feeling. Then, we'll look at how pop culture is fighting back. We're going to use the show The Magicians as a perfect case study. After that, I'll show you some common patterns that I promise you'll start seeing everywhere. And finally, we'll uncover why this is all so much bigger than just simple entertainment.
So, first things first, we need a name for this feeling, this sense that the world has somehow been stripped of its mystery and its wonder.
And that name comes from this super influential sociologist, Max Weber. He called it the disenchantment of the world. His big idea was that as science and rational thought took over, we started living in a world with no mysterious, incalculable powers. Everything could be figured out, calculated, and mastered. And the result? The world stops meaning anything. It just is. It loses that magical quality, and ordinary life, as some put it, starts to feel like an arid and soulless iron cage. Yikes.
So if our world is disenchanted, how do we get that magic back? Well, this is where it gets fun, because our culture has found some really creative ways to push back. It's a process called re-enchantment, and it uses some very specific tools.
It all starts with the raw material, folklore. Now, what academics mean by that is basically informal traditional culture. So we're not talking about a Disney movie here, we're talking about the real stuff. The stories, the jokes, the urban legends that get passed from person to person, changing and evolving along the way. It's alive, it's authentic. But then you get to step 2, the folkloresque. And this is a really key idea. The folkloresque is all those commercial things, you know, Disney's Cinderella, the TV show Supernatural, that aren't actually folklore, but they're expertly designed to feel like they are. They basically bottle that authentic feeling of folklore and sell it to all of us. And that brings us to the star of our show today, the supernatural folkloresque. This is the specific flavor that taps into all the good stuff: magic, ghosts, mythical creatures. It's gotten to the point where in pop culture, the word folklore itself has become pretty much shorthand for the supernatural. And this is where that connection gets really, really powerful. Okay, to see how this all clicks together, let's look at a perfect case study that comes right from the source material we're looking at today, the TV series, The Magicians. The show's main character, Quentin Coldwater, is basically the poster child for someone living in a disenchanted world. He is so crushed by the feeling that real life is pointless and totally devoid of magic that he's actually hospitalized for depression right at the start of the series. But then, boom, he finds out magic is real. And when he's being tested to get into a magical university, the dean lays out the choice for him in these incredibly brutal terms. He calls normal life that pointless, miasmic march to death you call life. I mean, wow, talk about a world without purpose. And this just lays out the show's whole argument perfectly. On one hand, you have the normal, disenchanted world. It's pointless, lonely, literally black and white. But the magical world, that's where you find meaning. It's full of color and light. It's even called the secret heart of who you really are, the one place where you finally belong. It gives him everything the disenchanted world took away. Now, this whole search for meaning isn't just a thing in The Magicians, not at all. The source material for this explainer points out these really common patterns, or tropes, that pop up again and again in our favorite supernatural stories. Seriously, these things are everywhere, from the legends of Camelot in the show Merlin, all the way to the streets of New York in Ghostbusters. Let's break down a few of the biggest ones. First up, you've got the trope of the enchanted past. Just think about the opening lines to the show Merlin. In a land of myth and a time of magic, these stories are always framing the past, sometime before our modern, rational world, as this lost golden age, a time when the world was just buzzing with wonder. Okay, next is a big one, the stigma against belief. And to really get how deep this goes, you have to see this number. It comes from sociological data cited in our source, and honestly, it's pretty surprising.
That's right. In one survey, 73% of Americans said they hold at least one supernatural belief. So here's the crazy paradox. Privately, almost everyone believes in something. But publicly, there's this massive stigma. Shows like Ghostbusters nail this perfectly. The heroes are treated like they're totally crazy, even though they're actually representing what most people secretly believe. And finally, there's the way these stories treat folklore as this powerful alternative source of knowledge. They give it something called vernacular authority. Basically, this is power that comes from tradition, from knowledge that's been passed down from person to person. And what's crucial is that its power comes from the fact that it is not institutional. It's a direct challenge to the official scientific way of seeing the world. Okay, so let's bring it all home. What's the big takeaway here? Why are these stories so incredibly powerful, so popular? What does it all really mean? Well, it's way more than just escapism. As the thesis we're exploring argues, these stories give us a creative and playful mode of exploration. Think about it. In a culture that's officially skeptical, but privately we're all still searching for something more, these stories create this safe, shared space for us to explore those huge questions about belief and purpose and our collective hunger for a re-enchanted world. So in the end, our fascination with these worlds of magic and myth and monsters, it isn't just about the stories themselves. It might just be a powerful reflection of a deep collective desire to find a little more meaning and maybe just a little more magic in our own reality.